Welcome, Focus Learners. Let's jump right into today's explainer, where we're investigating a single, truly profound rule. It's kind of like a hidden architecture governing literally all successful systems, whether they're natural or human-made. Now, one design every system might sound like a massive, bold claim. But stick with me, because by the end of our time together, you're going to see the invisible blueprint behind reality itself, and you'll understand exactly why certain things thrive while others, well, just fail.
So, what do ant colonies and your brain have in common? I mean, on the surface, absolutely nothing, right? But I invite you to look a little closer. What's the hidden link between wildly different biological systems like these? Think about entire ecosystems, neural networks, insect colonies. What is the hidden mechanism that makes them succeed instead of just collapsing into total chaos?
Okay, let's dive into this, because the answer actually lies in complexity theory. This is the study showing that the most successful systems in nature are organized around a single central principle. You see, complexity theory clearly shows us that when you have thousands or even millions of moving parts, they don't just figure it out by bumping into each other randomly. No way. The real secret behind nature's greatest successes is that they're all tethered to one unified, central design.
To really wrap our heads around the massive scale of this, just think about this number, 86 billion. That is the estimated number of neurons in your brain right now. 86 billion individual processors constantly firing off electrical signals. Immense complexity like that absolutely requires a central principle to function at all. Without a unifying design, those 86 billion neurons wouldn't give you memory, or creativity, or consciousness. They'd just be chaotic, meaningless noise. It's that central principle that turns a massive, unruly crowd of cells into a perfectly functioning symphony.
Let's compare the two approaches side by side to see why this is absolutely crucial. When a system is united by a central principle, it achieves massive success. Every single part knows its place, and the energy just flows efficiently. But scattered, unplanned systems, the research is clear here. They are always fundamentally less efficient. When things lack that unified core, they lose energy, they lack direction, and ultimately, they fail. Unity, quite simply, equals efficiency.
Section 2, From Markets to the Cosmos.
Now, we've seen this biological rule in ants and neurons, but you might be wondering, does this exact same principle apply to human behavior? Well, think about millions of individual decisions being coordinated by an invisible hand. We see this exact phenomenon in global economies. Think about it. When you go out and buy a simple cup of coffee, millions of individual, localized decisions, from the farmer to the shipper to the roaster to the barista, suddenly align. Economies operate on this exact same principle of a central unifying rule. It's a massive, complex system that miraculously coordinates millions of individual buy and sell decisions, operating beautifully as if guided by one central, invisible hand.
And if we zoom out even further to the universe itself, we find a strict rulebook. We're talking physical constants and universal laws operating under one consistent set of equations. Whether you're looking at the staggering gravitational pull of a massive black hole or just the tiny orbit of a moon, the universe isn't just making it up as it goes along. Everything gathers into one unified, consistent design. It is literally the ultimate example of complexity theory in action on a cosmic scale.
Section 3, the 1922 Formula.
Now, what's really interesting here is a historical intersection. Exactly a century ago, the scholar Nursi wrote, "In unity, thousands of things emerge with infinite ease." Decades before we mapped the human genome or even developed modern complexity theory, he articulated this profound formula. It's a direct connection to the exact concept of central unity we've been tracking today. He realized that when things are unified, complexity isn't a burden. Actually, it becomes infinitely easy to manage.
And amazingly, a century later, modern systems theory confirms this mathematically. What was once a deep philosophical observation back in 1922 is now empirical data. A central, unified design is the absolute only way highly complex systems can emerge and operate with that infinite ease Nursi talked about. It's just truly incredible when history and modern math perfectly align like that, don't you think?
Section 4, Different Windows, Same Truth.
And this brilliantly illustrates how all of our disparate clues, from the ants to the economy to the cosmos to history, fit into a grand synthesis. Let's look at the first window, a soldier's story. Think of an entire army. It's a functioning human system where thousands of individuals move with a single unified purpose, relying entirely on a central command to operate efficiently rather than just dissolving into a scattered, inefficient crowd.
Next window, a seed. You know, it looks incredibly simple on the outside, but Inside? Inside it holds a perfectly unified biological blueprint for life. It's a single point of design that effortlessly unfolds into a massive, complex organism with thousands of branches and leaves.
Next window, a physics equation. This represents the elegant math governing the cosmos. We look up at a seemingly chaotic, expanding universe, but through this window, we see perfectly unified, consistent laws holding the stars in place.
And the fourth window? A strand of DNA, the ultimate biological code. We're talking billions of base pairs organized in a perfect spiral, entirely reliant on organized unity to build every single living creature on Earth.
So the crucial point is this: the grand synthesis. One creator, one law, one design. Whether we're looking at the soldier story, the seed, the physics equation, the strand of DNA, or honestly, any functioning system. These aren't different rules. They're simply different windows revealing the exact same truth. The universe, in all of its staggering complexity, operates on a singular, unified design.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a final provocative thought. If the universe, our economies, and our very DNA all thrive on one unified design, what scattered parts of our own lives could benefit from a central principle? Where are you operating like a scattered, unplanned system, and how could finding your central unifying rule bring you that infinite ease? Take some time to think about it. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and keep looking for those hidden designs around you.